here at the Secret Lake today. A little bit of a breeze blowing from the north, but should be alright. It's fairly flat water. And giving the Dragon Hobby Flowmaster a run. So I'll take you through this boat in a minute. Really nice looking cat, and yeah, picked it up second hand for a good price. So it's yeah, got a beautiful shaped hull. Done a fair bit of work on just restoring things. So I'll just get this latch off here, hood off, and you'll see, yeah, we've got just replaced the servo, the 20 kg power, and SR210 receiver, Turnigy 60 amp ESCs, one for each motor, and the motors are 2958 3300 kVs. So I've had to restore all these motors. I think the previous owner had it in salt water, so the spindles and everything were all corroded, all the magnets were all rusted, and so I just pulled all that out, cleaned it all up, and new bearings, new collet in as well, and it had a 1/8 flexi drive shaft, so I've changed that for 4mm, and got some 3-blade, I think they're 32 1/4s on the back. So yeah, so a few more little things need doing to it, but all in all, not a bad setup. So we will get it all organised and give it a maiden. Okay guys, so I've just got these 2600 milliamp, they're only 40C 3S NXC power packs, just a bit of a light setup just to give it a go. I've got CG on the boat here, but I think with the way the batteries are situated, it's sort of sitting back a fraction. That's about 45%, 40, so it's sort of sitting around the 35% mark. So it might be a little bit far back, and especially when I've got my bigger packs later on. Ideally, I think they probably need to be up here in the tray forward of the ESCs, so it might take a little bit of shifting around, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, she's got a bit of get up and go. Seems to get out of the hole quite good. Okay, we've got water on the port and water on the starboard, yep. Okay, that was full trigger. I'll do so I might just go up the end here and do a bit of a run. Yes, I've got the 2600 packs in. I've got a pair of 5000 Spectrums and a pair of 7000Zs, 100C we'll put in a minute. But yeah, no, it seems to be going good. Seems pretty stable too. Good steering. Really sharp on the steering. Very stable boat too. Full trigger. Well, at least you can pull her up at the end. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll bring her in and just have a check of the temps. Just another thing you need to do on maidens, just to be on the safe side, make sure everything's working good. And we'll check the batteries. Okay, well that seemed to go quite well. As I said, I've only got the 2600, they're 40Cs, so didn't want to give it too much of a hard time on the Maiden, but we've got some other fairly good batteries to give it a bit of a rev up. Once we're happy that it's operating properly, so we'll see how we go. So yeah, so the hatch here was in a bit of a awful way, so there was just a little bit of plywood here and it had all sort of rusted out, so I just made a nice bit of aluminium. All the magnets were all rusted, so I've just filed them back, and as you can see I've just put a good coat of epoxy over the top and all this wood, so it's just sort of strengthened up a little bit and protect the lid. But yes, need some foam inside too, but just being careful today, so should be all right. Okay, so we've got a little bit of water in the boat. I'm not sure where that's from, but we'll just empty that out. Yeah, a fair bit of water actually. We might have a leak, so we'll need to check that out. Yeah, temps, everything seems pretty cool, so I'll give it a .32. Just go to Fahrenheit. Front bearings 90, 102, 98, 101, 82, and on the bearings, what have we got there? 82. Yeah, so it's hardly breaking a sweat. I'm just not sure where that water's coming from though. So yeah, I'll just check the batteries and make sure our voltage is all good. Okay, battery 1, what do we got? 11.5, 3.8, 3.8. 3.85, yeah, so that's those ones done. As I said, they're only 2600, so you probably can't see that. 11.5, 3.8, 3.82, 3.86, yeah, so anyway, that seems to be good that the ESCs are both working in tandem, so we'll put some bigger packs in and see what happens then. I've got the GPS in, so we'll give it a run, see what sort of speeds we get. It's only a small pond this, but yeah, hopefully we've got enough room to get it up to speed. As I said, I had it at full throttle there for a couple of times, so it's probably, what was it, getting up to about 50k an hour, 60 k's an hour maybe. So yep, the batteries are nice and cool too, so that's good. Okay, that water's a bit of a concern, but we'll sort that out. So I'll get these batteries changed and I'll come back. Okay, so we've got the Spectrum 5000 3S, 100C packs in. I've got to use the adapters because I've only got the XT60s hooked up on the ESCs, but we'll probably change those eventually, but just for today, giving them a run. So the Got the GPS in there this time as well. So we'll turn that on and see what sort of speeds we get out of it. Trying to reuse the tape, but she sticks to everything, which isn't a bad thing. So I'll just make sure I've got that sealed up properly. I might not have sealed it right. Maybe that's why the water might have gotten in on that first run. So we'll just make sure we've got it taped up. So I'll probably you look at the seal situation on this once we get a little bit more involved, but for the moment the tape should do the trick. Okay. Yep, it's ready to go. Okay, I'll get the GPS on and we'll see what speeds we can get. Okay guys, here we go, second run. Hopefully don't blow up any ESCs with those 100 packs, but we'll find out. 100C. So she should have a little bit more juice this time around. Got the GPS on, so we'll see what sort of speed. Oh yeah. Full trigger. Gee, at least it turns on a dime, because it gets you out of trouble when you're heading up to... if I go up here, I should better get a good run coming straight down. A little bit of a crosswind, but should be all right. Full trigger. Tell you what, those motors are cranking. Oop, just missed the stick. Full trigger again. The balance seems to be alright. It seems to be hopping a little bit when it's off the plane, but if those batteries back where they are, it seems to like the position it's... Spin out. Tell you what, she's a good fun little boat. I've got the props inward rotation, so she seems to pop up quite a nice rooster tail there. Okay, I'll bring her in and we'll just check it again. No reverse on the ESCs at this point in time. Okay. So I'll go out and check her and see how things are going. Yeah, so just when I went to change the prop, guys, I just noticed this back bearing in the strut was actually sitting out. So it was the shaft was flopping around a bit, so it wouldn't have been too good on the running gear. So it's probably caused a fair bit of the water to coming up that shaft. So we might have to get that sorted out. Yeah, I'll have to get some Loctite onto that, make sure it doesn't pop out. But anyway, we'll change the props and give it a run with some slightly bigger props and see what happens. So yeah, I was just thinking I might just leave these bullets off because there's a fair bit of weight on that, and they might be throwing the balance out a little bit, so it gives it a little bit of a flywheel effect, but sometimes it's not a good thing, so I'll leave them off and just run the nut and see if that sort of helps, if there's a bit of a vibration in there happening. So yeah, these new ones I've got, new props I'm about to put on there, 3/16. So on the 4mm shaft I've got a shim I'll have to put on, and so yeah, so quite a nice little prop, but yeah, we're sort of propping up a little bit. So being 2-blade, these are 40 1.4s, so yeah, they'll cause some havoc or do some damage, but probably a bit extreme, but we will find out. So yeah, so that shim just goes in there, little brass shim, just like that, and turns your 3/16 prop into a 4mm. So inward rotation on this again. So I'll get these props sorted out and I'll come back. Oh well, that idea is not going to work, guys. Yeah, I had my 41.4 counter rotating, and I thought I had my rotating clockwise, but I didn't. That's actually a 38.14, but also counterclockwise. So yeah, not going to work in this case. So I've decided to put the other triples on. So these are 38.18, so they're slightly bigger prop and a bit more pitch. So hopefully we don't blow up an ESC, but only one way to find out. Okay, let's see how we go. I've just got a little bit of juice left in these 5,000 packs. We've got the 38.1.8 3 blades on, so as I said, hopefully it's not too much for the ESCs, but we'll do a couple of runs and then bring her in and see how we go. Ooh, takes a bit to get out of the hole, but once she does, she goes. Full trigger. Ooh, spun out. Wow, that's certainly a lot faster. Woo! Nearly hit the rock. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'll just do one more run. That's seriously fast. Really fast. Okay, I'll bring her and check her out. Okay, we'll take her up to the dock and I'll check temps and speeds. Okay, so we'll just come back in after that run, and yeah, it certainly made a difference. That was 76 k's an hour, 10 k's up on what we had before. So we will just have a quick look at temps and stuff here. Yeah, the ESC seemed to have handled it quite okay. So 116 on that one, ESC, 116 on that. Yeah, wires are warm. 128 on the plugs. Not so bad. Motors, yeah, look, again, nice and cool. Front bearings, yeah, below 100, that's crazy. Like, yeah, really good. But testament to putting new bearings in and fixing it all up. So yeah, so no, it was good. I was impressed with that. So especially that prop, that's a big prop up from what we had on. Little 36 1.4s up to 38 1.8. So gave us an extra 10 k's an hour. So yeah, still getting a bit of water in the boat. So obviously we've got an issue there somewhere, but we'll fix that up. So I'll change these packs out for the 7000 Z's, and we'll give her another crack and call it a day there. Yeah, so I just noticed another issue that I hadn't picked up. That starboard side strut is actually running 4 degrees down, so I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but it's certainly not in line with the port one. So I had it tightened and it must have slipped down, so we'll get that fixed up. So obviously she would have been trying to lift up that port side sponson a little bit. I didn't notice it, but yeah, I'll fix that up and before we put these new batteries in. Okay, here we go. Last run with the 7000 Z, so we'll see if they've got any more oomph than the Spectrums. Just go over the far side here, and it's a bit hard to tell where the wind's coming from around here. It seems to swirl around a little bit, so. Whoa! Dumpfa! There we go. Okay, rescue. All right, rescue launch. Yeah.